Okay, girls. So, it says solve the following equations by inspection. So, how do we solve this by inspection? First, before we start there, I want to read in your notes that it says equations. Equations can be solved by inspection, backtracking, inverse opposite operations, and that's the method that we're using. So the other year sevens are trying all three, but I think you girls are ready to go to the one that you're going to be using for the rest of your high school career. So that's the last one, and this is the one that I've been explaining here that is using inverse opposite operations, okay? For backtracking and opposite operations, use the opposite of both mass to use, that is summed up. What I explained before. Multiplication and division are opposite of each other. Addition and subtraction are opposite of each other. First, fantastic. Then it says, example 1, solve the following equation by inspection. So by inspection means we're just going to do what you did in primary school. We're not going to do anything else. We're going to just to see at the equation and trying to find out what x is equal to. So we know that 5 times x equals 15. So what x is? So I know that 5 times 3 is 15. Therefore, x has to be equal to 3. And that's solving by inspection. With the following one, if I say y divided by 7 is equal to 3. Okay, so I have to think of a number that when I divide by 7 is equal to 3. So I know my 7 times tables, and I know that 21 divided by 7 is equal to 3. Therefore, y has to be equal to 21. Okay, now let's go in here. We're going to do example 2. I'm going to type here example 2. Okay, girls, so from now on, I ask you to please, I'm going to solve it here, but you pause, you try to do it yourself, and if you can do it, and then you watch the video to see if we came to the same answers, okay? I need just to go down here. Okay. Please work example 2. Good. Now, okay, so we're going to do the first one. The first one says, solve the following equations following appropriate working. You can see that they have some boxes there. That's for using backtracking or using the flow chart. We're not doing this here with 7 orange, okay? We're going straight to the method that I explained before. So if my equation is 3b divided by 2 equals to 12. So the first thing that I have to remember is that what I first have to do is use order of operation backwards. Okay, so what is my pronumeral? My pronumeral is B. I'm going to highlight my pronumeral here. My pronumeral is B. What is happening to my pronumeral? So I can see that what is happening to my pronumeral is that it's being multiplied by 3 and it's also being divided by 2. So I know that multiplication and division goes at the same level in order of operations. So I can undo any of these operations first. I'm going to undo first the multiplication. So how do I do this? I'm going to, and this is when that goes to the first principle that I explained in the first video. I have to do the same thing on both sides. So how do I undo this divided by 2? I have to multiply by 2 here, and I have to multiply by 2 here. Okay, so girls, get used to using this in your books. Look that I'm going to work downwards. As I have said this in all algebra, I'm going to check your notebooks that you're actually doing this downwards, okay? So because I'm multiplying by 2 here and divided by 2, I can cancel these 2 up because that becomes a 1. Therefore, 3b times 1 is 3b, so I can leave 3b here. And on the other side, I do 12 times 2, which is going to be equal to 24. Fantastic. I'm going to erase this equal sign because I cannot have 2 equal signs in one sentence, otherwise it gets confusing. Good. Now, what is being done to my pronumeral b? It's being multiplied by 3. So how do I undo it? I'm going to divide by 3. Where? Both sides, so that I can keep the balance. So I divide by 3 here, and I divide by 3 here. Okay, when I divide by 3 on both sides, I can cancel these 3 and these 3. And 24 divided by 3, this becomes 8. Good. So I write downwards b. Why b? Because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I have 1b equal to 8. And that's my answer. Fantastic. Let's look at the other example. Example b. Example b says 7 brackets x take away 2 equals 21. Fantastic. So how are we going to do this? Again, we start thinking about what is being done to our prenumeral. In this case, our prenumeral is x, and we have to use order of operations bitmaps by backwards. So which one is the first one that I have to do? So do I do brackets first? No, I have to do multiplication first. So I have to undo this 7 that is multiplying this bracket. I have to do it on both sides. If I'm going to undo this 7, how do I do it? I have to divide by 7 on both sides. So how do we do it? I divide this side by 7, and then divide this side by 7. Perfect. When I do that, I can cancel this 7 and this 7, because this becomes 7 divided by 7 is 1, which means that I have left the x minus 2 equals 21 divided by 7, which is 3. Why did I take out the brackets? Because I could leave them here, but to be honest, I don't need it, because it's like having a bracket. I'm going to write it down. And a 1. It's like saying 1 times these brackets. How many brackets do I have? Only 1. So, and that 1, when I use distributive law, is going to stay the same. So I don't need it. I'm going to erase it, because I have only 1 there. So I'm going to erase it there. I'm going to write my 2 again. Okay, fantastic. Now, what is happening to this x? I'm subtracting and taking away 2 of the x. How do I undo that? By adding 2, the opposite of operation. So I have to add 2 on both sides. Okay, so x, this take away 2 plus 2 becomes 0, right? Therefore, I can write this as x here, because I have x take away 0, which is x, and on the other side, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, and that is my answer. Okay, girls, so I will be doing the other videos, I think, this afternoon. And I will post these 2, and I will do the other videos this afternoon for you to have them as well. But we will do them, the other ones, in class, I think, the other examples. Okay, girls? But for the ones that are fully, you will find them in this afternoon in YouTube. Okay, girls? Thank you for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll write in the notes what is your homework and what you need to do. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.